what you see in front of you is real. This is STG44. What can you tell me about it? Tell me all things about it.
So I'm Mac, formerly of Hill & Mac Gunworks. This is the STG44 reproduction. It is chambered in 8mm Kurtz, the original caliber, in 7.62x39 in 5.56 and 300 blackout.
Wow.
It is user convertible between calibers. Under the handguard is a castle nut, so you can actually swap out and change that as the end user, and you don't have to have, you don't have to drive a barrel and drive pins and all that. It's pretty easy to change it out.
So if I remember correctly, now I'm glad that you mentioned about the Hill & Mac, because this has been in a thing for probably 10 years now, right?
Yeah, about 8.5, 9. Yeah.
I remember, I'm going way back. I feel like, did Mac for Military Arms talk to you about this?
Yeah.
I remember this. It was a very long time ago. And it's funny that this you're him. This is the guy.
Yeah.
Because I was just talking with some folks about like what happened to this. Where did this go? Because it'd been so long, so here we are. So this is great.
Long story short, HMG entered into a contract to have these produced for an outside vendor. That relationship didn't go great. We ended up having to have a lawsuit between the two of us.
Okay.
It's since been settled.
Yeah.
And we are, we're sitting around with a gun, so to speak, and trying to figure out what we wanted to do. And then kind of happy luck. I know Thomas Victa, who works at, formerly of FN, who works at PSA now, and he said, what are you doing? And I was like, well, we've got this gun. What are you doing? And we got to talking, and we've been working on this for quite a while. And long story short, here we are. Palmetto wanted to start a new brand called their Battlefield line, which is iconic guns from wars and battlefields that you can't get new production of, and this kind of fit the bill.
This is, so, just in and of itself, it's just a great addition. One, to Palmetto State, but to have this gun kind of just come back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be back, and for somebody to be able to just buy this, even if they're not going to shoot it, just to own like that sort of piece of history in a way.
Well, I designed it to be a shooter.
Yeah, I know.
I get your point.
Because I know for sure there's going to be people that are just straight collectors and they just want like essentially a reproduction of this gun that would just have as a conversation piece.
So people who purchased it as a pre-order from HMG are still going to get a Hill & Mac Gunworks STG44. Those pre-orders have since closed, so there aren't going to be any more of those. So those are going to be kind of collector's items.
Gotcha.
And any new production are going to be Palmetto State guns.
Great. Okay. So what else? Let's see. So time frame for potential MSRP. Do we know any of that?
Been working on this for quite a while with these guys, and this product's been in development for quite a while. These are actually in production now and are shipping this year.
Okay.
MSRP, I'm not the attorney here. I can't say legally what the MSRP is, but I can say that it's going to be north of $2,000.
Okay.
It's a little bit higher than the pre-order price, but that's just, inflation is what it is.
Yeah.
Everything costs more than it did 5 years ago.
Yeah. And I'll say, guys, when these are out and you get a chance to see one in person, this is not a cheaply made gun. This has weight to it. This is the real deal. It's not like some knockoff. This is a very solid, robust build, just by the feel and the look, fit and finish.
It's a very traditional manufacturing method. It's all stamped sheet metal. Everything is as it was made. It's just we had to kind of change the industrialization path. We don't have 1,000 people who are working on the gun.
Right.
One person drives one rivet at a time.
Right.
We couldn't do that, so we had to do it a little differently.
Gotcha. Okay, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time, a couple minutes here to talk about this thing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else really about it? You think we covered everything?
I'm happy to get these guns out there finally and ship product and I don't want to say close this chapter.
Yeah.
But sort of have this product in the consumer's hands that they can actually enjoy it.
Well, Mac, listen, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time. And all right, guys, you heard it here. STG44 finally coming out. See you next time.